Hey, and welcome to Classics Collective. So this is episode 1, and today I'm going to be bringing you my own personal car. What better way to start the channel than tell you all about this great little girl here. So this is called Jess, and I've had this little lady for about a year now, and I absolutely love this car. So part of Classics Collective, I'm going to be bringing you video interviews of classic car owners and the really awesome vehicles. So there's no better way to start than actually maybe myself and the car that I just really find so thrilling and exciting, but in such a small package. Hey, and welcome to the inside. We're just going to take it for a quick spin, and I love this car. When you're going through the gears, there's just something nostalgic about it every time you take a drive. Even if you're going 5 minutes down the road, there's just something about going through the gears and you're in control of everything. You know, it just doesn't stop. There's a constant focus that needs to be made on the road, and even when there's more imperfections in the road where I live than a teenager's face, it's just something that adds the extra fun to it. You know, there's no cleanness in the roads where we're living, and you put your foot down like that, you're going around corners, and you just absolutely love it. You really feel as though all four wheels are really talking to you. The tyres are really old on this car. They do need changing, and even though they are quite old tyres, there's still no lack of grip. You feel as though you're always there. You know, you feel as though the car is saying, look, you know, I've got a little bit more, or actually no, you need to slow down. It's very much felt through your arse in these things as well, because you're so low to the ground. And you know, we're coming up to a nice tight corner here, just holding the gears, and you're keeping it in the apex, and it steps out a little bit. There's a little bit of understeer in it, which is to be expected, but you never really feel out of control. And I've had this car for about a year now, only probably put about 1,000 miles on it so far, and it's just never skipped a beat. I've done a little oil change, and you take it to events, you take it down to the garage just to stick some fuel in it, and there's always somebody that, you know, wants to have something to say. You know, I used to own one of those, and everyone's always got a story, and people always say, oh, I really envy you that like you say, you've got a car in such great condition, but I really envy the people that, you know, got to drive these cars really when they were first out the showroom. We know that they do rust quite a lot and they need a lot of maintenance. I mean, hell, they probably were rusting slightly when they came out the factory when they were new. And it's just the small little things with this car. Excusing the pun, but you know, it's just the minor features that, you know, the doors don't slightly, you know, fully match up with the rest of the panels. They might be slightly out, but I don't think they were ever really in position when they came out the factory. So really owning one of these cars is, they're not expensive. You know, you could probably find a decent one now that has been probably resprayed, had some bodywork panels done, had some panels changed, and you could probably find a really nice example for an everyday drive around car for maybe £4,000 to £5,000. if you're looking at a concourse condition car, really looking at the market, probably in the last year or so since I bought this, the market's probably gone up by anything between £500 to £750. Now it doesn't sound like quite a lot of money, but you know, when you're only paying £3,500 to maybe £6,000 for something, it's actually quite a lot of money in return for your investment. And these cars are slowly becoming an iconic classic. The racing history again on these cars, just something that I don't think can really be beaten in terms of a small car category, in terms of what it's achieved as a vehicle. You know, even when we sort of got caught up behind a cyclist here and just going at slow pace, the car's always feeling as though there's a little bit of a judder. You know, it wants to be going flat out everywhere. And again, that's the really cool thing about these cars. You can stick your foot to the floor and you can guarantee that you're probably not going to be breaking the speed limit in most places that you are. So if you want a car that you can drive around that's just going to be insanely fun, give you a lot of feedback, and it's not going to cost you £30,000 to £40,000 unless you buy yourself a concourse condition, you know, Mark 1 Austin Cooper S, then you know, these are a really affordable classic vehicle for, you know, just the average guy that wants to go out and have some fun, or the average girl that wants to go out and, you know, impress their friends, or just go out and have a laugh. And parts for these things are so cheap. It's the labour that, you know, I'm not a DIY guy, so unfortunately I have to pay quite a lot of money for labour, and I think I need to go to a mechanics course to be able to learn, you know, how to maybe replace bits and pieces of this car. I mean, most recently I've only had to spend maybe a few £100s on it, just, you know, adapting a few things here and there, but really going to be spending some money accessorising it. And, you know, new carpets and underlays, £75. You can get yourself a new set of bullet wing mirrors in stainless steel, £35 wing mirrors. So it doesn't add up to an absolute fortune. You're going to buy yourself an Italian supercar and you can probably buy one panel for the cost that it's going to cost you for an entire maybe £6,000–7,000 Mini. It's all about the character that you get from one of these cars as well. You can customize these things as much as you want, and you can really make it your own. Maybe with something like, you know, buying a Porsche 911 Turbo from, you know, the mid-late 1970s, or, you know, something that is like a Jaguar E-Type. You're going to get slated for really customizing those cars from, you know, the classics community of people. The Mini you can rock up in orange, yellow, green, blue, you know, all the colours of the rainbow, and everyone will probably think, oh wow, that looks really cool. I've got an RC40 exhaust on the back there, and it's just that subtle purr in the background. It's got a little bit of a rumble, but it's not like a DTM twin exhaust on the back that's constantly in your face and you keep yourself having a headache for most of the journey that you're finding your way home. And like I said, you're never really going to find a perfect Mini without rust, unless it's in concourse condition and someone's just paid for a full nut and bolt restoration. But having a little bit of rust here and there, you might find yourself a little bit of filler in one of the panels somewhere. I think the last thing you ever really want to do with one of these cars is dip it and completely strip the paint and everything off to try and find out what's lurking beneath. It's kind of like when you jump into the sea, you've got that little bit of worry all the time. If you have no idea what's underneath there, but you probably don't want to try and find out. So we're just going to take it around some side roads, just going past some houses, tight little corners. You know, you're only doing 30 miles per hour going around the corner, but because you're so low down, you really feel as though you're getting up to 50 to 60 miles per hour. That's the feel of it. You know you're not going that fast. But I just love it, you know, just going around these little A-turns here, and it's just amazing. Just parked up, and I just want to say thanks again, guys, for tuning in, watching the video. And really, this is just the first episode for Classics Collective, and I've got episode 2 coming to you very shortly, should be tomorrow, I'm going to be videoing a Mark I Cooper S Mini from the 1960s, and it was a Bewley Gold Cup winner. This car is absolutely mint, worth an absolute fortune in the mini world, and it's not really about the worth of the car, but it's about the nostalgia behind it. It's just so awesome. I'm really buzzing to get behind the passenger's seat. Really not going to be able to get a chance to get behind the driver's wheel, but you don't really need to with these cars. You can just feel it even in the passenger's seat. Also got an Alfa Romeo Giulia that should be on video as well, and he's also bought himself a really nice Porsche 924. So stay tuned for Classics Collective. Got some more videos coming to you soon. Please do like my photography on Instagram. Like I said, not a professional photographer, just a guy with a camera, but you know, I like to make sure I can bring you guys some amazing content. And please do again like me on Facebook on Classics Collective, and please do subscribe to YouTube. So I'm going to be coming across you on 3 channels, really just so I can get, you know, as much content to you guys as I can and bring some funny videos. But this little girl here, I've got plenty more years to come of enjoyment, and I'll bring you some updates. I'm going to be buying some really cool accessories and styling up this car just to make it a little bit more personal. But guys, thanks very much for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Catch you later.